dream it all. Listen close and join my song. Gentle stories all night long. Snuggle in and rest your head. Magic dreams will now be spread. Close your eyes so calm and bright. Now begins our dream. Begins our dream tonight.
Lulu and the Bridge of Moonlit whispers. The night was quiet, but not empty. It was the kind of stillness that felt alive, filled with tiny, invisible sounds, the hum of stars, the sigh of sleeping grass, the heartbeat of the earth beneath. Lulu walked slowly through the silver meadow, her wool glowing softly under the full moon. The air smelled faintly of rain and light, and somewhere in the distance, she could hear a soft melody, not sung, but whispered, like the wind remembering an old song. She followed the sound. It led her to the edge of a deep valley, where mist swirled like gentle waves. And there, stretching from one side of the valley to the other, stood a bridge not made of stone or wood, but of moonlight. It shimmered faintly, as if unsure whether it was really there. Each step of the bridge looked like frozen silver light, delicate yet strong enough to carry dreams. Lulu took a step closer, her eyes wide. "It's beautiful," she whispered. A soft hoot answered from above. "Beautiful. Yes, but fragile things always are." Lulu looked up and saw a small owl perched on a crooked branch, her feathers silver white, her eyes like tiny stars. "Who are you?" Lulu asked gently. "I'm Ira," said the owl, fluttering down to a rock near her. "Keeper of messages that never reached their stars." Lulu blinked. "Messages?" Ira nodded, her wings rustling softly. "Every whisper that's lost in the wind ends up here. The bridge carries them across if they're brave enough to move." Lulu gazed at the glowing path ahead. Where does it lead? To the other side of silence, Ira said simply, "Where hearts remember what they forgot to say." The wind shifted then, carrying a faint voice across the valley, a whisper, soft and trembling. "Don't go, please don't go." Lulu turned sharply. "Someone's calling." Ira nodded solemnly. "Many do, but not all find their way." Before Lulu could speak again, the mist below them stirred. From its silver depths emerged a faint glow, and out of it stepped a shape, graceful and fragile. It was a deer, but not quite. Its body shimmered like glass touched by moonlight, and its eyes held the reflection of countless forgotten nights. The creature bowed its head slightly. "I heard your voice," it said quietly. "It's been a long time since anyone called to the bridge." Lulu smiled softly. I'm Lulu. And you are? Fun, it replied. I used to guide travelers across before I forgot the way. The air grew still, as if the stars themselves were listening. Then maybe we can find it together, Lulu said, her voice warm and sure. Fun looked at her, uncertain, hopeful, trembling like moonlight on water. Together? Together, Lulu said again. And for the first time in many nights, the bridge shimmered brighter as if the moon itself had smiled. The bridge stretched out before them, shining faintly against the sea of drifting fog. Each step Lulu took sent small ripples of light beneath her hooves, as if the moon were watching her reflection move. Ira fluttered above, wings silent, eyes bright with cautious wonder. Finn followed close beside, his hooves leaving no sound, only faint trails of silver dust that disappeared as quickly as they appeared. The air around them was filled with whispers. Some were soft, some trembling, some full of laughter, others full of longing. They came from everywhere and nowhere at once. Lulu stopped and listened. They sound so sad. Finn lowered his head. They are. They're the words that were never spoken, the goodbyes left behind. One whisper drifted close, curling like wind around Lulu's ear. I should have said I was sorry. Another floated by. I miss you. Lulu's heart ached softly. So many voices. Ira landed gently on the railing of light. The bridge listens to them every night. It remembers what hearts forget. Finn stared into the mist below, his eyes distant. Once, I knew every whisper by name, but then I stayed too long and forgot which belonged to whom. Lulu looked at him kindly. Maybe you were meant to wait until someone could listen again. Finn's silvery fur flickered faintly in the glow, and you came. Lulu smiled. I don't know why, but it feels like I was supposed to. They walked further across the bridge. The fog thickened, curling around their legs like silk. Every few steps, the bridge flickered as though unsure it could hold the weight of the past it carried. Ira's feathers ruffled nervously. It's thinning. Lulu looked ahead. The middle of the bridge glowed brightest, but the air beyond shimmered strangely, bending light like glass underwater. What's there? She asked. Finn hesitated. The heart of the bridge. It's where the forgotten voices rest. No one crosses it unless they understand what they've lost. Lulu frowned softly. But how can you understand something you've never had? Finn's eyes shimmered with sorrow. By listening. The mist around them trembled suddenly, not from wind, but from sound. A chorus of whispers rose at once, all tangled together, louder now, echoing like the sigh of 1,000 hearts. Ira called out, It's the memories. They're waking up. The light beneath them flared. Lulu braced herself as a wave of shimmering mist swept across the bridge, filling the air with swirling images, flashes of faces, smiles, moments of warmth and rain and laughter. Each voice called out, "Do you remember me? Please, don't forget. I just wanted to say goodbye." Lulu's will shimmered with the reflection of all those lights. Her heart beat faster, not from fear, but from something deeper, recognition, not of people or places, but of the feeling itself, longing, love, memory. She whispered into the light, "We haven't forgotten you." And as she spoke, the storm of whispers softened. The mist settled gently again, forming a calm glow that surrounded them like a heartbeat finally slowing. Finn looked at her in wonder. "You heard them, and they heard you back." Lulu nodded, because no voice is truly lost, not if someone listens. Ira tilted her head. "Then perhaps the bridge can hold a little longer." They continued forward, the moon above following their steps like a silent guardian. Somewhere ahead, the glow at the center of the bridge pulsed softly, like a waiting heart. Finn took a slow breath. That's where we'll find the truth of the whispers. Lulu smiled gently. "Then let's keep walking." And with every step they took, the bridge shimmered brighter, no longer just a path of light, but a promise glowing beneath their feet. The light ahead grew softer as they walked, turning from silver white to a pale, trembling blue. The mist parted like a curtain, revealing a wide circle of moonstone in the middle of the bridge. It pulsed slowly, as if it were breathing, alive, ancient, waiting. Lulu stopped at its edge. "Is this the heart?" Finn nodded. "Every whisper, every voice that the bridge carries passes through here before it fades. This is where all the unsaid things live." Ira fluttered down onto a glowing railing, her feathers catching the faint light. "It's so quiet here," she murmured. "Too quiet for all those voices." Lulu looked around. Maybe they're afraid to speak. As she stepped onto the moonstone floor, ripples of light spread outward. The air around her shimmered, and suddenly, shapes began to appear within the glow. Shadows, soft as mist, formed into fleeting images, two friends laughing beneath a tree, a child waving goodbye at dawn, someone standing in rain with a letter clutched to their chest. The bridge whispered, "We remember." Lulu's eyes filled with warmth. So many moments that never found their way home. Finn bowed his head. "That's why I stayed. I wanted to guide them back. But the longer I listened, the more I forgot my own voice." She touched his shoulder gently. "Then maybe it's time to remember it now." The air trembled, not with fear, but with a hum like the sound of stars humming far above. Ira blinked, startled. "The bridge is listening to you." The moonstone beneath them glowed brighter. The mist around them thickened again, not to hide, but to reveal. The shapes of forgotten whispers began to gather together, glowing threads weaving into something larger, a pattern of light that looked like a heartbeat made of memory. From its center came a voice, soft and full of longing. If only I had said it just once more. Lulu stepped closer. Said what? The light pulsed faintly, that I loved them. Finn's voice was a whisper. The bridge itself is remembering. The glow around them deepened. Each lantern in the distant sky flickered faintly, as though listening, as though joining in. Lulu closed her eyes and spoke softly, her words floating like breath in the mist. Then say it now. For a moment, there was only silence. Then the light surged upward in a slow wave, soft, not blinding, and hundreds of faint voices rose together, blending into one gentle sound. We loved, we still love. The bridge shone from end to end, its surface clear as glass. The moon's reflection stretched across it like a river of peace. Ira whispered, awed, they found their voices again. Finn smiled for the first time, a faint, trembling smile full of light. And maybe now, they can rest. The hum faded slowly into the sound of calm wind. The mist thinned, and the stars above shone brighter, unburdened. Lulu looked down at the moonstone beneath her hooves. You carried their voices for so long, she said softly. Now they can finally go home. The bridge glowed once more, but this time the light came from beneath, steady, strong, full of quiet joy. Ira blinked sleepily. It feels lighter. Finn nodded. Because it's not made of sorrow anymore. And above them, the moon shimmered in approval, bathing the three friends in silver warmth. As they reached the far side of the glowing circle, Lulu noticed something unusual. One section of the bridge ahead had dimmed. The light there flickered weakly, as if struggling to stay alive. She stepped closer and saw a crack running through the moonstone, thin but deep, like a scar that refused to heal. Mist leaked softly from it, curling upward into the air. Finn's expression darkened. That's where it happened. Ira tilted her head. What happened? The moment the bridge first broke, Finn whispered, someone once tried to cross while still holding on to their pain. The bridge couldn't carry it, so it cracked. Lulu lowered her voice. Who was it? Finn's eyes shimmered faintly. A traveler. I tried to guide them, but their heart was too heavy. When they fell, their whisper never returned. Ira's feathers trembled, and you stayed because of that. He nodded silently. Lulu stepped to the edge of the broken stone. Faint light pulsed from the crack. Not cold or angry, but aching. She could feel it, a soft sorrow, old and patient. She knelt and whispered, You don't have to hold this alone anymore. The crack glowed faintly at her touch. The air thickened, and a shape began to form within the mist, faint, fragile, like a memory barely holding together. It was a shadow of the fallen traveler. They stood there, eyes full of regret, voice trembling like the wind. I wanted to cross, but I was afraid they wouldn't remember me. Lulu's heart softened. You were never forgotten. You became part of the bridge that remembers everyone. The shadow blinked slowly. I did? Yes, she said. And now it's time to rest, not because you're gone, but because you're home. The shape quivered, then dissolved into tiny lights that flowed into the crack. The moonstone trembled once, twice, and then the fracture slowly sealed, glowing bright and whole again. Fen exhaled shakily, his form flickering. You healed it. Lulu smiled softly. We all did. The bridge beneath them thrummed like a heartbeat. The fog above lifted completely, revealing a clear night sky painted with 1,000 stars. Ira flapped her wings in wonder. It's beautiful. I can see the other side. Far ahead, through the soft silver glow, stood the end of the bridge, a wide archway made of pure light, surrounded by drifting petals that shimmered like snow. Fenn's eyes filled with awe and fear at once. I've never made it that far. Lulu looked at him, her voice gentle but firm. Then let's finish what you started. Ira landed on Lulu's back, her voice trembling with warmth. Together. The three of them stepped forward as one, the deer of light, the owl of stars, and the sheep with a heart full of listening, and behind them, the bridge glowed brighter than it ever had before. The final stretch of the bridge shimmered ahead, glowing like dawn caught in moonlight. Every step they took left a trail of soft light behind them, not footprints, but echoes of their journey, the whispers they'd freed, the hopes they'd healed, the quiet courage that had carried them this far. The air changed as they neared the archway. It wasn't colder or warmer, just lighter, almost as if the night itself was holding its breath. Fenn slowed down, his hooves hesitating. I don't know what waits beyond. Lulu looked at him gently. Then we'll find out together. Ira fluttered beside them, eyes wide and glowing. It feels peaceful, like the world is listening. The archway pulsed once, twice, then opened like a door made of moonlight. Beyond it lay not another world, but a vast horizon of silver clouds, drifting softly through starlight. The wind there carried faint laughter, faint music, not loud or sharp, but full of quiet happiness. Fun stepped forward, trembling slightly. This is where the voices go. Yes, Myra's voice whispered faintly from the wind, though she was not there. Her echo wrapped around them like comfort. They cross when they are ready, and so do those who guided them. Fun looked back at the bridge, his bridge. Will I vanish? Lulu smiled softly. No, you'll just become part of what you've always been, the light that helps others find their way. For a long moment, Finn said nothing. Then he smiled, calm and unafraid. Then I'm ready. He stepped into the archway, and as he did, his form began to shimmer, turning into soft ribbons of silver light. They twined upward like threads of moonlight caught in a breeze. Ira let out a quiet sigh, half joy, half sorrow. He's beautiful. Lulu nodded, her voice barely above a whisper. He always was. The last trace of Finn rose into the starlit air and faded among the clouds, leaving behind a glow that lingered, a promise, gentle and steady. The bridge beneath them pulsed once more, whole and radiant. No cracks, no fog, no sorrow, only light. Ira fluttered to Lulu's shoulder. What happens now? Lulu gazed at the horizon, her wool glowing faintly in the soft moonlight. Now, we keep listening. There are always more whispers waiting to be heard. Together, they turned back toward the long bridge stretching behind them. It no longer looked endless, it looked alive, humming softly with peace. As they began their slow walk home, the first light of morning brushed the sky, turning the silver mist to gold. The moon lowered behind them, and the stars blinked farewell. Lulu looked up one last time. Every silence, she said softly, is just a dream waiting for a voice. And as the new day began, the bridge shone with one final shimmer, a promise to the world that no whisper, however small, would ever be lost again.
Now it's quiet, night is near. Drift away through stars so clear. Lulu whispers soft and bright. Sleep so well and good night. Sweetest dreams will softly flow. Lulu stays with you, you know, till we meet again, my dear. Let your dreams keep drawing near. Till we meet again, my dear. Let your dreams keep drawing.